Alright, everybody. I would first like to start off by asking a simple question. By a show of hands, how many of you have placed a bet or know someone that has placed a sports bet? The world of sports betting is a growing industry in our era, and it is important for those who do not know what it is to get a simple debriefing of what it entails. Although sports betting can be very confusing and hard to follow, I am going to break down and inform you all about the most popular ways that you can bet on sports. I would first like to start off by explaining what the point spread is in any given game and how you can cover or lose the bet. Next, I'll move into a very simple version of betting and explain what the money line is. Lastly, I'll combine the two types of bets and talk about what a parlay is and how that works in sports betting. According to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, some estimate that nearly $400 billion is illegally wagered on sports each year. Therefore, since it is a growing industry, I'm going to enlighten you on the ways in which you can bet on sports. As I stated before, I'm going to cover what is the point spread in the first and foremost, being how it is the most widely and commonly used form of sports betting. Although it is the most common, it may be difficult to understand at first, so I'll break it down to its most simple terms. The point spread is sometimes known as the equalizer. This is because it puts both teams on a virtually equal playing field with odds very similar for both sides. Basically, what this means is that no matter how much better one team is than the other, the point spread will take that into account and produce odds very similar for both sides. According to OddsShark, a credible gambling website, the favorite in a matchup indicated by a minus sign will have a given number of points taken away from its final score, while the underdog, known by its plus sign, will have the same number of points added to its final score. That is, in an aspect, the spread. Let's take this year's Super Bowl as an example. Using this example, the Chiefs were a 3-point favorite over the Buccaneers. The Chiefs needed to win by 4 or more points to cover the spread. Likewise, the Buccaneers were 3-point underdogs, which means the Buccaneers had to win the game outright or not to lose the contest by more than 4 points. Now that the spread is covered, we can move into a simpler version of betting, which is called the money line. Unlike the name, it is probably the most basic way to any average Joe can bet on a sports game. Both sides of each moneyline wager are paid on a different schedule, and that can make this kind of confusing. So the favorite team or player of the money line is the team that's expected to win. This side of the bet usually listed with a minus sign. The underdog or player on the money line is the team that's expected to lose. This side of the bet is listed with a plus sign. These signs signify how either side is going to get paid out. The minus side will pay less than the original wager, while the plus side will pay more than the original wager. Meaning, if you bet on the underdog, you will make more money than if you bet on the favorite. Another example of moneyline betting from the Super Bowl is stated by Matt McEwen. The Kansas City Chiefs had a slight advantage in terms of money wagered on the money line, seeing 51%. Lastly, we can speak about what a parlay is. A parlay combines both money lines and spreads, and you can only win if all of the bets hit. But since there's multiple games added, the odds are better in your favor and you'll get paid out more. As I previously stated, I was able to inform you on the ways in which you can sports bet. With it being a growing industry, I felt that people should be aware of how to do this, so I decided to explain it to you all today. As George Bernard Shaw once said, in gambling, the many must lose in order for the few to win.